1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
I believe we're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling?
Yeah.
Already? I wasn't aware we were rolling.
We had to get going,
All
fella.
right, we got it going on, I guess.
Yeah,
Here
Mike,
we are.
Mike and John got it going on, brought to you by Firehouse Doors.
It's Friday. We will get to the great Bonnie Runyan today. We'll talk to Rhonda from the Torch, see what's happening at Torch 180.
Right.
And, of course, we have a couple drawings to do here, or at least one drawing.
Yeah.
For Lunch for Two at Torch 180. And apparently, somebody has answered the call to our solar conversation from yesterday.
Yes, we're going to get the other side of the sun. We're going to get the other ray of sunshine on the solar debate going on in Conway and Cohoctah townships.
You know what? Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy.
Oh, God, no.
Sometimes it makes me cry.
You're not going to start singing, are you?
Sunshine, go away today.
Oh, my God.
You are my sunshine.
Okay. Oh, help me.
Don't try and steal my sunshine, Len.
Okay. Are you walking on sunshine?
You know what? I feel like that's the most happy sunshine.
Yeah, it is
sunshine
very-
song.
it is a
I
sunshine
feel like dancing.
Right. But we're going to hear from a homeowner, a landowner in Cohoctah Township.
For a
who is
second there, I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
A homeowner.
Who has a different perspective on the solar project. So we'll be talking with him coming up here in just a few minutes.
Talk to Clint in just a bit. First, though, we'll look at local news. Brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers. And by the way, we have a giveaway going on for Christmas. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
That's true.
Don't
We'll tell you about that in just a second, right after we tell you what's going on.
What is going on?
Crypto. Not cryptocurrency.
Kryptonite?
No.
No?
Crypto like a virus.
Oh.
Eek. State health officials are warning residents to use caution when touching or working around livestock. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and local health departments have been investigating an outbreak of cryptosporidosis, also known as crypto, in residents in Livingston, Ingham, and Oakland counties. The illnesses are believed to have been caused by a parasite called Cryptosporidium, and it occurred after people came into contact with a group of sick calves. To date, a total of 12 people between the ages of 19 and 56 have become sick, and the various symptoms are what they call diarrheal, as opposed to diaphagic. I'm not sure.
No, diarrheal.
Yeah.
It's like diarrhea.
I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pooping a lot. Oh, crap. Get on with the news.
Yeah, thank you. Cryptosporidium is a parasite found in the stool of infected people or animals. Infected calves and other livestock can spread it even if they don't seem sick. You'll find the complete details and links on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. A Livingston County man has been reappointed to serve on a state board focused on public safety. John Unruh of Brighton was named by Governor Gretchen Whitmer to serve another term on the Michigan Public Safety Communications Interoperability Board. Unruh is the fire chief of the Farmington Hills Fire Department. He holds a Bachelor's of Science in Public Safety Studies from Siena Heights University and a Master of Science in Homeland Security Emergency Management from Eastern Michigan University. He was reappointed to represent local emergency first responders for a term expiring April 30th of 2026. The Michigan Public Safety Communications Interoperability Board oversees the Michigan Public Safety Communication System. It's responsible for advising the governor on all aspects of current and future technology to ensure the public safety community is well prepared for today and in the future. Unruh's appointment is not subject to the advice and consent of the Senate. And the Abilities Alliance, a work group of the Human Services Collaborative Body, once again is seeking to recognize individual businesses and organizations in Livingston County that demonstrate a value of people of all abilities. The nomination categories include digital accessibility, environmental accessibility, employment accessibility, accessibility training and awareness, and communication accessibility. Nominations will be accepted through Friday, January 13th, 2023. Winners will be notified in January and then recognized at the Human Services Collaborative Body's annual meeting, February 13th. A link to the nomination form can be found on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. And that's what's going on.
You know what else can be found on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com? ways to enter our Christmas giveaway with Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
That's true.
MikeandJohnPodcast.com. And news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
Mark Binkley could barely drive a car when his dad bought the best jewelry store in town from Mr. Cooper. He spent a lot of time there after school and weekends, enough to know that he loved the jewelry business. Mark and his family were exiting a Sunday church service when Mark saw something more dazzling than any precious stone: barbelockery. Successful and beautiful was a combination too great to resist, and around Valentine's Day, a nervous and pale Mark Binkley asked Barb Lockery to be his bride. They were married in the rustic, cozy church sanctuary where they met, and decided to build Cooper and Binkley Jewelers together. You'll see them there every day, working hard just like you, helping people make special times in their lives even more special, with a gift from Cooper and Binkley. They'd love to hear your stories of romance at Cooper and Binkley Diamond Jewelers in lovely downtown Brighton.
And again, go to MikeandJohnPodcast.com and you can enter the Mike and John Gigo Holiday Giveaway for this beautiful pendant, $500 value, more than $500 actually, from Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, 14 karat gold with pearls on it.
You know, if you'd like to do like Cooper and Binkley do and be an advertiser with Mike and John, got it going on. It's a great way to get your business's word out.
That's true.
It's a great way to have a little fun.
This is true.
And be in contact with Livingston County and the world.
Amen.
Because we've got people from all over the world
Preach it.
watching our podcast.
Hell yeah.
On a daily basis.
Absolutely.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you can be a part of it too. Just go to MikeandJohnPodcast.com
Yeah.
and you can find out more
We have
information.
various platforms.
Not only our platform shoes,
No.
but different ways for you to advertise.
That's right.
John will wear his platforms with your
No.
business on the heel.
Sorry.
No.
That advertiser package is very expensive. It's very expensive.
It's our top shelf.
Yeah, it's top shelf.
Because
It's
if you see John walking in platforms.
the cost is so high that no one has requested it. So
I don't know. I've been talking with Zuckerberg. He's thinking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Coming up this weekend, we're going to give you a chance to win some pretty cool tickets. And come maybe Sunday night into Monday, give you a chance to win a nice gift card from our friends at Firehouse Doors.
Right. We have
doing
a
that?
$100 gift card, $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of Firehouse Doors. And we've been debating how to properly give this away prior to the holidays. And
I think on Sunday.
we haven't really. So I guess we're going to decide right now.
I think on Sunday, like during the day, we'll open this up.
Oh,
What do you think?
okay.
Not to be confused
Or
with
do we
Sunday
want to
night
tie
trivia.
this into Sunday trivia?
Ooh, we could do that.
Yeah.
That could be a big bang for the buck.
All right.
Just be watching our Facebook page.
Yeah, pay
Over
attention.
the weekend.
Pay attention, will you?
Huh? What?
Yeah. Huh?
Sorry, I wasn't
All right.
listening.
Over the weekend as well, coming up on Saturday, we're going to be stopping by Torch 180. We'll be doing our check presentation.
The presentation of the check.
That's right.
$1,000
And we'll,
to our buddy Jason.
yeah.
Jason, who won, we drew him out of he was the first winner out of the hopper. I mean,
That's true, out of the brand
That's
new
like the
hopper.
golden egg.
Right. He and his mom and his sibling showed up at, of course, Christmas in the Ville last weekend. We were out in front of Torch 180 entering people for our $1,000 giveaway, and we drew his name. And so we'll be giving him the big ceremonial check.
Not just the check, but he'll get the money too.
Right. It's
right.
Well, we're going to give him a fake check.
And then the real check.
And then a real check.
For the cash. $1,000
You gotta
to
have the
spend
fake
however
check.
he wants. Yeah, you got
You
to
know,
have a big check.
we are really establishing ourselves when you think about it. We are going to have a big fake check.
Big fake
Now what we need are big
BFC.
scissors. We need big
No,
scissors.
no,
Yeah,
no,
we need
no.
the big scissors so we can cut ribbons.
check. I don't want to cut ribbons.
So, all right.
Besides, you around big scissors might be trouble.
I
in
won't
your
run.
platform
I mean,
shoes.
I'll never run. So you don't have to worry about that.
All right. Last night at Thursday Night Trivia, brought to you by Tanya Z.
Real estate agent, Tanya Zirkel. Her motto,
good answer.
comfort is the key to home.
All right. The question. A recent survey found 6 out of 10 teens, that's 60%,
Very
for
good.
those who need a little work with their
you.
percentages. 60% of teens do this to be a part of the crowd.
The old peer pressure.
Yes. Kate said get a tattoo. Oh, you got a tat? I'll get a tat.
Yeah,
Let's all get tats.
It's kind of the thing now. These kids and their tattoos.
Vape or smoke were popular guesses.
Yeah. Thank God we didn't do anything
No, not like
illicit
that.
or unhealthy when we were teens.
Not just because our friends were doing it.
No, not at all.
Everybody's doing it.
No.
Yeah. Ron said, be mean to someone. Kind of like, oh, they're jumping on being a bully to this
Right.
person. I can do it too.
I want to be mean to somebody.
I can be cool and be like the mean girls.
Right.
Andrew, I don't know what planet Andrew answered from, but he said eat their vegetables and do their homework.
Yeah, apparently.
On time.
Right.
Andrew, you're silly.
Sheila Huff said smoke pot. I'm just going to let that stand right
We'll
there.
just let that
Yeah,
sit
we'll just let that sit.
Sheila also invited you over for a like.
To wear platform shoes.
Ann said swear.
Yeah.
See, now that's when, when you're a
you know.
teenager and you're, oh, these guys swear. I can swear if I swear around them, but there's other friends you can't swear around.
Right. That's true. Right. It's my kids, yeah. Well, never mind.
They learned it at an early age.
Well,
Preteen swearers.
Well, yeah, especially my youngest. At this point, I'm like, we've just given up. Nancy said, nude pics, please let me be wrong.
Nancy, congratulations.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
But I understand the
Yeah.
hesitancy.
They sent nude pics?
Yeah.
I can send nude
Well,
pics.
that's the deal.
Yeah, we don't want that. Let's see. We had Tina saying drink, lie about their age, dress a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, fashion.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times the friends say dress like.
I mean, all my friends want to
Yeah.
dress like me.
Or shirts with
us.
lettering on it.
Sometimes they're like, how old are you? Why are you wearing a t-shirt all the time?
Oh, I see you get your wardrobe at Meyer in the $10 section.
$10? Wow.
I don't think anybody wear Genco jeans or
Yeah.
JNCO jeans.
Right.
I don't even know that brand.
So
I've seen the brand, but I
We're
don't know how to
completely out of
pronounce
it.
it.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, dressing like that's kind of the thing.
Scott says date someone.
Oh well, yeah. My friends are dating.
Once your
someone,
friends start dating, you're
and
like,
if there's like the leftover in the group,
I gotta date someone.
or if there's like the group of girls that
Yeah.
are dating the group of guys, or
Right.
going with whatever they call it these days.
Right.
And
I remember,
it's like, oh, you're the outsider and she's the outsider. Well, I guess you two are kind of.
Well, I remember one of my best friends in high school. He started dating this girl, and she had a very, her best friend, and so it was like there was this pressure, like, oh, you two have to get together.
So they
Because we're dating, so you two have to date. And we're like, all right, fine. So I remember we hated each other. I mean, it was mutual. Trust me. And within 5 minutes, I'm like, no.
Yeah. That's not working. The obligatory
It was not.
call.
No, I was like, yeah.
Not happening.
So, yeah, I resisted peer pressure.
That's you're a leader.
Yeah, I was. I was turning down chicks left and right in high school. Sorry, ladies.
We left liar a long time
Oh,
ago.
I'm sorry.
The answer was not guessed correctly. The answer was listen to music they don't like.
Oh.
So to be in with the crowd,
Right.
oh, they all like Snoop Dogg, and you then like Snoop Dogg. I don't know. That's not
think they listen to Snoop
that.
anymore,
No,
Nobody's
nobody's listening to
the
Snoop.
kids. Yeah, I mean,
Not the kids these
no.
days.
And again, when they just to show how old we are, when they announce musical guests on Saturday Night Live or whatever, you're like, who, what,
Yeah.
where?
Yeah, you kind of fast forward past that part too.
It's like, what is happening here?
Weekend update.
What are they doing? Is that music? All right.
That's kind of it, isn't
You're
it?
like, this comedy sketch is not very funny. Oh, that's the musical guest. I'm sorry.
And so listen to music they don't like was
All
our
right,
answer.
so we did not
Nobody
get the
got it
correct-
right.
yeah,
So
all right.
unfortunately, but we had some great answers for that. Speaking of music, an event coming up at Crystal Gardens on December 16th. Our friends at twostonesevents.com are putting on Bubbles and Bach.
Yeah.
Bubbles and Bach. They're not two musical groups. You got Bach, and you got your Bubbles from the champagne.
It does sound like an 80s cop
Yeah.
movie.
Bubbles and Bach.
I kind of want to see it now.
Bubbles with her feather necklace, feather scarf, and Bach who's kind of slow.
He's a nerd.
Yeah.
He's a nerd.
He was forced to work with Bubbles to solve the crime.
Bubbles is a stripper.
who solves crimes.
Absolutely.
Off the pole and onto the street to
Right.
solve the crime.
Or instead, Bubbles and Bach is a pretty fun night out. It's going to be held at Crystal Gardens on
December 16th.
Thank you. Yes, December 16th, which you just said.
I did say that. Thank you very much for clarifying.
You're welcome.
The date, the
Yeah.
16th of December.
So you get a little bubbly
yes,
and some Bach.
a little bubbly, lovey.
Ah.
An illuminated classical concert with music from Bach to Vivaldi.
Oh, not just Bach.
no, Vivaldi.
Oh, they're not boxing you in on Bach.
Oh, no.
They're giving you the whole thing.
Vivaldi
Bach to Vivaldi.
or Vivaldi.
It's Vivaldi.
No, it's Vivaldi. I knew that.
It's Vivaldi.
So Vivaldi is a champagne. No, it's not.
No, I don't
it's
think so.
music, right? You know what,
Right.
Chuck Vivaldi? Isn't that Chuck Vivaldi's first name? What's that? Oh, it's Chuck.
Vivaldi.
Oh, Chuck Vivaldi. He played tight end
Right.
at Rochester High.
Right. He dated Bubbles.
And that's how this all came
Right.
together.
His
He
nerdy cousin was Bach.
moved to Brighton.
Right.
Decided to put this event on.
Yeah.
But we're going to give you a chance to win tickets.
And-
so can we do that now? Want to do it now?
I think we could.
All right.
I mean, we're not live.
No, but if you post on our Facebook, I want to see Bubbles and Bach.
Okay.
We've got 3 pairs of tickets. So the first 3 people that chime in
I see.
and say, I want to see Bubbles and Bach,
I see what you're doing.
we'll give you the tickets to the event.
Okay.
How's that?
How is that?
It's that easy.
So you want me to do that right now?
Well, you can do it right now if you want.
All right.
You're just going to post it on our Facebook page?
Yeah. Well, that's what you just said.
Well, I thought they could post it on our Facebook page after watching our podcast.
Well, I thought we were going to put a post up. Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll do it either way. Whenever we see 3 people chime in that want to see Bubbles and Bach,
Okay. No, that's what
Not
we're going to
the
do.
movie,
That's what we're going to
the
do.
event they want to go to Bubbles and Bach.
Right.
Crystal Gardens, December 16th.
Okay. So hold on.
An illuminated classical concert
You're watching a Facebook post being posted
as we speak.
live on this recording,
So
which
by the
we will
time
then
you see
upload
this,
to
it'll be
Facebook.
there.
So actually, the post it's down here. It's below this.
It's below this?
Yeah.
Right down
Because
there.
like this is going to be up on the Facebook page.
I don't see
I
it down
haven't posted, I haven't posted it yet.
I see
But
we
by
need
the
to
time they
vacuum.
see this,
There's
that
some pieces
post
of
will be
paper.
down there. It's down
No,
there.
There's pieces of paper down there.
No, not literally
Yeah,
down
It
here.
looks like a piece of toilet paper.
The
underneath
figurative
your chair.
down on
Oh,
the Facebook.
I see, on the feed.
Yeah, on the feed.
I thought I was looking under
exactly.
the table.
Yeah.
And I wasn't.
All right.
We really got. You got a Roomba, don't you?
Yeah,
We
so-
got to get that sucker in here. All right. So Bubbles and Bach. He's like, what
Okay.
am I writing now?
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was going to play some Bach. Duh.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, well, that's
I don't know.
That's Beethoven.
That's Beethoven.
You think they get Beethoven in there? Yeah, they got. It says
well,
Bach,
Bach is
B.A.
BA.
So yeah, they'll
is-
have to get Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven falls in between there, all the way to Vivaldi. Anybody after V, screw you. You're not a part of the event. Williams, not gonna happen.
All right.
Zamboni, not gonna be there. Bubbles and Bach, absolutely. Coming up, we'll talk to the great Bonnie Runyan and get words of wisdom. Also, our 2-cent history lesson coming up, and in our post show, we're gonna give you the word now. Another page from Ishkadoodle, page 3. I believe we're on, right?
Yeah, page 3.
I'd like you to do it in Paul
I'm working
Harvey
on the
style.
post right now.
Where you go, page 3.
The post. Oh, I can do that like Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And remember, the post is down there.
It's down there.
It's down there. No, not down there. All right. So, all right.
The post is in hell.
So let me press me. All right. An awesome event, and we've got tickets, TIX.
we
don't have ticks.
We're stuff like that.
Dang. All right. So the first 3 people to post their favorite bubbly.
Sure.
All right.
Shampipple. Just like Fred Sanford and Son.
Will win a pair of tickets.
Those are ticks. Are you sure
I'm gonna
this
write
number
this-
that I'm going to call is right with that area code? Is that what Clint
That's
said?
what I was given.
All right, well, we're going to
So,
call Clint
all right,
about
okay.
you get that done real quick because we got to talk to Clint. He's expecting our call. And if you're saying, hey, who the heck is Clint? Clint is one who is going to represent, or is one of the landowners near where this solar farm has been proposed to be. Am I right on that? That's Clint's backstory?
Yes.
The backstory of Clint.
That's just his story. I don't know. That's his backstory.
Well, it could be. It's not his down under story,
No.
as far as I know.
Right.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Is this Clint?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Clint. It's Mike Marino and John King from Mike and John Got It Going On. I understand you caught our podcast yesterday in regards to the issues in Conway Township and Cohoctah regarding the solar energy proposals that are going on.
Right, and yesterday we spoke with Peter Sinclair, who, he is a consultant who is working with Ranger Power. They're the ones that are behind this project. You live in Cohoctah Township. Your land is near where this project will be, and you have obviously a different point of view than what Mr. Sinclair was talking about when we talked to him on Thursday. So, from your perspective, I guess, sort of lay out what you think the real issues are here.
Oh, gotcha. I guess just to start off, appreciate you guys calling me up and trying to give an opposing view. I own a small little 15-acre hay farm on the border of Cohoctah and Conway. So right now what's being proposed behind me on the Cohoctah side is 1,700 acres of a solar farm. And right across the street in Conway, we'll start another 1,800-acre solar farm. A lot of the issues that our neighbors are seeing or really being afraid of are everything from property values, the environmental impact, the ethics involved of building such a large-scale utility. Yesterday, Mr. Sinclair was giving some of his infos out. I don't know, when we look at him, we looked up the site. He spoke at Cohoctah about a month ago. A lot of his data is still back from 2016. They mostly deal with solar panels that are on top of rooftops instead of a large scale.
Now, when we talk about these solar panels, these are going to be the ones that almost look like they're planted in the ground, like trees or billboards, that type of setup, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so this
Correct.
you're looking out your front door or down the street, and you're going to see this, and obviously that's really not something you want to see, I would imagine.
Well, yeah. It's but it goes a lot of ways. It goes beyond that. I actually going to have a neighbor who's got a small lane out to the middle of the field, who's got about 2 acres, real pretty little pasture-looking property. They're literally going to fence her in on all 4 sides. So if this project goes through, she'll be living in the middle of an industrial complex.
Right.
So one of the things Mr. Sinclair mentioned, he talked about how, like for instance, you mentioned property values. He was talking about, the folks that own this land who are willing to lease it or sell it, I guess, for this project. It's their land. If the project is falling within the parameters of the zoning, then, why shouldn't they be allowed to do what they want with their land as long as the regulations are being followed? I mean, so to that, I guess, speak to that point.
Okay. Well, for the most part, I think a lot of us would actually agree to that. If it was, we're not talking about what color you're going to paint your barn, or nobody's saying you can't have solar on your property. It's the, I think we all agree you can do anything with your property you like that you make money with and what have you, as long as it doesn't affect the neighbors around you. For the most part, all of us residents are just trying to make sure that ordinances protect everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, and I get the fact that you're saying that you can do what you want with your land as long as it falls under the arm of the law and it's not affecting your neighbors. But this, in fact, from what you're telling us, like your neighbor with this beautiful piece of land, she's going to be boxed in, and that kind of affects her. But if it's not against the law, how can we fight this? I mean,
yeah, I guess is the perspective that the zoning regulations need to be updated, beefed up, or I mean, do you even agree? And that this particular project is going to be following the proper zoning regulations?
Well, well, this is what we're finding.
Okay.
We've tried to, in Cohoctah alone, we're going to have 2 projects coming up. One is from Ranger Power, and the other one's TTE. They're both leasing up properties right now. A lot of these are corporate landowners where farmers lease the land.
Okay.
And
So when you say corporate landowners, I guess who ultimately owns that land? Is it small town farmers who reside in Cohoctah and Conway townships, or are you saying that some of these parcels are literally owned by corporations?
yeah, a lot of these are farming corporations, but they're LLCs. They're some of the largest landowners in Michigan.
Okay.
So it's not on the surface. Yeah, I think we all agree that farmers should be able to rotate the crops. We don't care if it's corn or soybeans or sunflowers on them. I come from a rural background. We live in a farming community. We try to protect farmland. Food is, in my opinion, a little more important than energy. I can survive with no energy a little longer than I can survive without food. It's difficult to argue that our grocery bills are going up, our meat prices are going up, and then turn around and take prime farmland. A lot of this land is PA 116 land, which basically is offers tax exempt, or not tax exempt, but lower tax bracket for keeping agriculture. Now the PA 229 for the energy department that stipulates that we're trying to get more green energy in the state, which I think for the most part most of us agree with. It's and this is I think where the conundrum is, because we got DTE consumers and other power companies trying to add to their portfolio for green energy, but we pretty much wholeheartedly disagree with how it's being done and where it's going.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you next, Clint, is what in a perfect world, obviously we're not there, but if you want the energy, but where do you put it? I mean,
so how is this not a NIMBY, I guess, not in my backyard? Because like you said, you support, you guys are supporting, you said most of us are most of
want the energy, the green
you agree
energy.
that we need to be moving to, renewable energies like wind and solar. But then when these projects come along, you're like, well, yeah, but do that somewhere else. So talk to that.
Yeah, and I think that's really the conundrum of all this. We all want greener energy. We want to move away from big oil and this and that. We've seen what happens with gas prices when foreign entities, kind of control with what we can do. But I think we have to be ethical. I think we have to be smart of where we put it. There's brown fields. There's land that's not suitable for growing food. There's area already zoned for industrial. Every single new factory with a flat rooftop should be getting solar. I think we should be pushing every new home, have small little solar arrays to help, feed the new subdivisions and things of this nature. I just disagree with taking land that's already been set aside to try to save farmland for the next 30 years, and a lot of these leases are being signed for 30 years.
Wow. Yeah, so you got a generation turnover. Let me ask you this, Clint. Do you think the feelings of yourself and your neighbors would be different if it were wind-powered energy, like the windmill style, as opposed to the solar panels?
No, because what we're finding is pretty much the same thing. A lot of these are just corporate land grabs. They're not really looking at the residents or the townships that they affect. And I heard you guys only talk about Conway. We are, again, we're just small town residents.
Right.
Whoop.
Did we lose you?
I think we lost Clint.
Wait,
Clint,
you there?
And
Well,
we're
that's
still
also
connected, but
maybe before they put in solar, they should put in some more cell towers. Well, that happens. So that
let
will
me
be
try,
tried. We're
we'll
going to try
try
back talk
Clint
about it.
again.
I think it's an interview. I think a lot of what he said is interesting. I mean, it is directly kind of opposed to what Mr. Sinclair was talking about. But Mr. Sinclair, as we pointed out right at the beginning, he is a consultant who's working with Ranger Power.
Right.
What happened? Did I lose you?
Yeah, we lost you.
That's all right.
We said maybe you need some.
Instead of solar, they should work on some cell towers. Maybe.
Right. Yeah, we're rural.
Yeah, no, we understand.
Just stay in the same spot, all right?
Don't move.
Yeah, I'm actually literally doing chores outside to feed the chickens. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's how rural it is. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So I just want to make it clear that we're not. A lot of people are talking about Conway, but
You got Cohoctah too, right? You're in Cohoctah.
Well, actually, there's actually quite a few townships being affected right now. There's
Because you mentioned that there are 4 projects overall. There's one from Ranger Power. There's this DTE, but you said overall there's 4 projects that are within the general area. Correct?
Correct. We're actually talking about Cohoctah, Conway, Locke, Antrim up in Shiawassee County, Marion just south of Howell.
Yeah.
And there's, I want to say, 187 windmills proposed from Leroy, White Oak down to Stockbridge.
Right.
So right now, again, we've tried to talk to Ranger Power, we've tried to talk to DT, and just to find out what the scope is, because again, nobody's talking about a neighbor who has a couple panels on their farm.
Right.
For the most part, I honestly wouldn't mind some solar power to help me get off the grid. We're not talking about 30 acres in every township to help the township to lower their costs for all the residents. These are the Cohoctah one, as far as we can tell, is going to be about 1,800 acres.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not going to the local grid. These are going to high power tension lines. And a lot of these will go all the way up to be sold on the market anywhere from Canada to Ohio, and not necessarily even used in Michigan itself.
So, I mean, I would say, to make these work, they have to be to scale. So, I mean, if you're going to move towards renewable energy, the argument would be you've got to make the investment in these types of facilities, and that's what they are. They're facilities. I mean, just because they're panels out in a field doesn't mean that they're not a facility. It is a energy manufacturing facility. That's what we're talking about. And they have to be built to scale. I mean, there has to be a certain number of them in a certain spot to gain the scale that you need to do this. But I guess specific to what you and these other homeowners and landowners are proposing, are you hoping to stop this at the planning commission stage? I mean, what is your strategy here to prevent this from happening? Are you hoping to maybe negotiate a better deal? I mean, what's the end game here for you guys?
And to be honest with you, we're still reeling in the surf here. Most of us only found out approximately a month ago.
Right.
We had a couple of people just go door to door saying, "Hey, do you know something's going on behind your property?" We found out that a lot of these leases were being leased out over 2 years ago.
Wow.
Cohoctah had gotten wind of it and had decided to, just update their ordinances on it, and those are the meetings we're going to. Conway's doing the same thing.
Right.
So the meeting that's happening at Fowlerville High School.
Yeah, Fowlerville Junior High School. Monday at 7 o'clock. This is the rescheduled planning commission meeting for Conway Township.
Were you at the other meeting that had to be rescheduled?
Yeah. They had asked me to speak there too, just to.
Right, and we should point out it was rescheduled because so many people showed up. They had to reschedule it.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say there's a little bit of an ethical question with some of these power companies coming in. We completely understand the state is really pushing green energy. There's going to be tax subsidies to help build these. But we've yet to see a power company come in and just give us the lowdown of what they're actually building, how big they're building it. Even tell us where they're going to go.
Well, yeah, and I think you're looking for more transparency here, obviously, and you're not getting that. So at least getting that answer to continue the conversation.
Yeah, correct. Again, I think if we're talking 30 acres, I don't think anyone, may have one or two people don't want it in their backyard, but for the most part, I think there's ways around this. Our hope at this moment is just to make sure the ordinances are fair, that residents are being respected with their thoughts, and a lot of things being answered.
Do you plan to attend? I mean, Mr. Sinclair is holding this
Sun 101.
this event on Thursday at the Fowlerville Junior High School called Sun 101. Is that something that you or any of the other landowners plan to attend and
Get that perspective.
I guess get that perspective, or do you feel like that's not something you are interested in doing?
Well, our goal is always to open up the conversation and just to learn as much about it as we can. We really feel like we're kind of behind the eight ball on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of feel. I think you feel like you've been blindsided on this whole thing for the most part, and that's where a lot of this angst comes in, and understandably so.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, all this 2 years ago could have been handled completely different. It could have been with kid gloves, come in and just say, hey, we're thinking about this. This is kind of where we're looking. Having 2 years to kind of do this. But instead, we're trying to play catch up.
So I guess from that perspective, it's like if you want to avoid a community opposition, maybe spend some time trying to build community consensus.
Yeah. There's that aspect. Just having updated information. When Mrs. Sinclair came to Cohoctah and spoke, it was almost like he was giving a lecture to a fifth grade class. And all the information was from 2016. There was a couple points he even still mentioned yesterday about no groundwater contamination and things of that nature. Just looking today, from the Department of Justice, labeled November 14th, 2022, there's been 4 settlements to resolve the Clean Water Act violations from solar farms in Alabama, Idaho, and Illinois. It's the information's out there, and we do caution people, because there are big oil out there against solar. You got to watch out for those websites. You got to watch out for advocates of completely solar.
Right. I mean, I guess to that point, and I understand you guys are sort of an ad hoc group of people that are kind of trying to get up to speed on this. I mean, for instance, Mr. Sinclair has built this website, sun101.org. I mean, it's got a nice title to it. It's got the information that they're trying to provide out there. I know I've seen a Facebook page or two that for these groups have done, but they're closed, so you have to be a member to join them. I haven't seen any information that's out to the public to try and counter this. And I'm wondering if anybody has thought about maybe we need to put together a publicly available Facebook page or whatever to sort of say, like, hey, this is our perspective. This is the information. Like you mentioned this settlement with these 4 solar farms. I think that would be something that would be interesting to push out there and go, oh yeah, well, what about this?
Well, as long as it's not misinformation and that people are getting things that are real, and that these days is really tough to get sometimes, because sometimes people just think something up, post it out there, and claim it as real, and people buy it. So
yeah. Well, back when I was college writing research papers, my professor would always say, "Hey, the internet's fantastic because it has all kinds of information. It's also villainous because it has all kinds of information."
Right. I mean, you can you can sort of blizzard people with information that's not either on point or even correct. So I mean, I'm just I'm wondering if that's something that and you don't have to answer that question. I guess I'm just throwing it out there that might be something to consider, is to create a publicly available Facebook page to sort of put these arguments out there to try and counter this narrative.
So just to speak about the Cohoctah Conway solar information page, and that's literally just our neighbors talking to each other, trying to spread the that is happening.
Yeah.
And really, the only thing on that one we're pushing is to contact your local townships, find out what the local ordinances are, and if they're updated or not. And really, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying you have to open up that
I
page.
absolutely agree with you that I think it'd be fantastic if other
Right. I mean, I only mentioned it to
find the truth.
Yeah, I mentioned it to this point. When we were going to have Mr. Sinclair on, I tried to do a little bit of research ahead of time to say, all right, well, I know that these are his points, and so let me just see what the opposition, and I couldn't find a lot. I mean, there was an article in the Fowlerville News and Views by Steve Horton, that had the basic facts about the meeting having to be adjourned and things like that. But I wanted to find more points of view from the residents, and there wasn't a lot out there. I did come across that Facebook page, but it was closed, which I understand totally. Like, this is our group, and we're talking amongst ourselves. So, yeah, I think it is a matter of trying to get the broader public on board with this. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, the rescheduled Conway Township Planning Commission meeting coming up this Monday, 7 o'clock. At Fowlerville Junior High School, and that's a meeting that we'll be providing coverage for, and we'll be talking about next week, whatever happens at that meeting.
It's definitely a story. It's not going to go away in a week or two, so we'll keep our eye on it. And Clint, we appreciate you responding to our opening to, hey, if there's somebody who wants to talk from the other side, because we certainly don't want to just be one-sided on this thing, but it's definitely an issue in our community. So we appreciate your point of view, and we'll keep our eye on the story.
Well, yeah, I definitely appreciate that, because all our residents are bipartisan. We're just working, we're just looking at residents and neighbors, trying to make sure they're not being stomped by Goliath.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fair enough.
We understand that.
Yeah. So again, all right. Well, we will look to Monday's meeting and see what comes out of that, and it'll be one step, and I think a long process, and so something that you guys are organizing to try and have an influence on, and that's certainly understandable. So, Clint Beach, Cohoctah Township resident, thank you so much for your time today.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Back to the chickens, buddy.
Thanks,
All right, take care, man. All right,
Yes, have a
bye-bye.
good day.
You too.
All right.
Now I'm hungry.
Because you said the word chicken? That's all it took? Did you eat breakfast this morning?
Actually, I pulled some chicken out of the freezer. That'd be great.
Okay. That's tonight's dinner. Okay.
That's tonight's dinner.
That's good to know.
It's what's for dinner.
Yeah, it is
right.
what's for dinner. And when you get home, you'll undoubtedly open up your garage door to pull your car in.
Undoubtedly, that's how I get in the house, John.
When you do, Firehouse Doors, of course, will be ready to serve you, as they have been Livingston County residents for nearly 25 years. Family-owned, they strive to treat each customer like family. Veteran-owned, Mike Witt, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. They're your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. Those are your RSODs. And for the past 21 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors. Call Firehouse Doors today, 810-599-7480. And don't forget, Sunday night trivia.
How much is that gift card worth, John King?
Firehouse Doors is going to give you an opportunity to win a $100 Visa gift card.
I'm coming with a tough trivia
He's
question.
we're not just going to give it
There
away.
ain't gonna be no Google question like,
Yeah,
what comes
so-
between 6 and 8?
All right, so be paying attention. Sunday night trivia, chance to win a $100 Visa gift card, courtesy. I keep holding this up.
I know.
They don't. What are you holding up?
He's waving it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. We're a little
It's
late
coming
here.
up on Sunday.
Three dates, Mike and John.
Hey.
Los.
What?
What? Hey, I want to say congratulations on another Runyan entering
Oh.
the world.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it, guys.
So you're a great grandma Runyan.
Huh?
You're great grandma Runyan, right?
I am great,
Yeah.
Grandma Runyan.
G.G.
Yes,
Bonnie.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is your first great grandchild?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell us a little about your grandchild.
He is beautiful. He is adorable.
Yeah.
The first time I got to hold him, his eyes were open. He's his daddy's boy.
Yeah.
He's his
All right.
daddy. And he just, and I've told the kids they're really blessed because I'm working on Christmas stockings. That otherwise I'd be driving them crazy saying, "Can I come over? Can I come over? Is it too late? Can I come over?"
Now you got the first great grandchild stocking to make.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is that a teeny little stocking?
Oh, of course not.
Oh, I
No,
didn't
you
think
gotta make
so.
a big
Yeah,
stocking
right,
for the
right.
newest.
You gotta have big stockings to hold stuff.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
And that's what it's
Can't
all
fit
about.
diapers in that little stocking. All right. So, well, congratulations on
Yeah.
becoming a great grandmother for the first time.
That is,
I'm sure there'll be more to come.
That must be a really satisfying feeling to see, your grandchildren
It
having
doesn't get
kids.
any better.
Yeah.
You had the same feeling when you held your grandchildren. You know that your blood flows through their veins.
Right. Well, that's kind of an amazing thing. Me and my wife like to watch this show called Who Do You Think You Are? Where, different celebrities kind of, they trace their ancestry back, and they'll, they find these interesting stories about who their ancestors were and things like that. And it always does, I find that interesting about, what is our family story? And, here you are, you're getting to live, 4 generations of it.
Yes, sir.
To be a part of it, that is extraordinary. I mean, it's a really,
is.
yeah.
It really is. Talk about being blessed.
Yeah,
Over,
wow.
above, and beyond.
Well, good for you and the family. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to find out who I really am. 'Cause
Sometimes you start looking into it and you're like, oh, never mind, let me close this
boy.
book.
That's an uncle I didn't know about.
I have to tell you, I was just looking up your number. I wanted to send you a text. Is everything all right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were on
Sorry.
another
Yeah, we
call.
were.
It was really in depth.
Yeah, we're dealing with this solar power issue that's going on in Conway and Cohoctah Township, so we were deep into that.
Yeah, it was a deep dive.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I keep buying lotto tickets. I hope to buy it. I hope to win so that I can get you guys a building because this
Okay.
podcast stuff, it
okay.
probably works really well for you guys, but
Yeah.
it sucks. Of course, you don't have to be bothered 5 days a week by people like me, so you're probably blessed.
We're actually we're going to dig a big hole in the ground
Yeah.
and put one of those bomb shelters in. That's going to be where our next shelter
Right,
is.
because
It's
it'll be
real
so
similar
different.
to this.
It'll be so different from this.
But we'll have a little sign out front that says just leave stuff at the door.
Well, I know builders that can help you dig that hole.
Oh,
You do. Is the last name Runyan by any chance?
I wonder about that.
And you've got the truck.
Yeah.
I do have the truck.
That's right. All right, I think we've got a plan here.
Well, we're moving
Yeah.
into the new year.
All right.
Soon we'll see what happens, Bonnie.
There you go. There you go. Well, know what a blessing you are to a lot of people.
Well, we appreciate that.
Well,
Now,
thank you.
We're glad you joined us again today, and congratulations so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great Grandma Bonnie.
GG Bonnie, you're GGB.
GGB. Okay.
All right, Bonnie, we'll talk to you next Friday.
Okay,
All right,
guys.
take
care.
Be
All right.
blessed.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that post from her grandson and
The perfect Christmas gift to put in that stocking for GGB.
would be a Mike and John nightlight.
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want one of these, to show off to their kid?
Yeah. Say, you were born.
Yeah.
And the light turned on.
Yes, it did.
There you go.
And
You
of course,
can
we're
get
talking
yours.
about, McNightlights.com, of course. A unique gift sure to bring a smile on Christmas morning. You go online to McNightlights.com. You can upload a photo of a loved one, a favorite pet, cherished memory, your favorite podcast logo, whatever. McNightlights.com will then turn it into a beautiful nightlight. And they're using, this high-quality liquid resin in their 3D printer. And it's $20 for one, which is a great price. If you buy more than one, $15 each. And if you buy 4 or more, shipping is free. But you've got to go to McNightlights.com now, make your order, and you can bring photos to life in an all-new way.
Just in time for the holidays.
That's right, McNightlights.com.
All right. It's time to check in with Rhonda at the Torch and Torch 180. Of course, we're going to be there tomorrow. Are they still having Market Day?
I believe so.
On Saturdays?
Let me just ask her.
Good morning.
Hey, Rhonda, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. We were just talking about Market Day. Are you still having that tomorrow?
We are.
Okay,
We're
I
having
didn't-
it tomorrow, and next Saturday will be the last one for
okay.
2022.
Right,
All right.
right.
Yeah. And then after the first of the year, what do you think things are looking like for that?
So, starting on January 15th, we're going to do Market Day every other week.
All right.
So every other Saturday we'll be doing it. It's been kind of interesting because we've had somebody who does needle felting classes come and
held some classes at the last market day, and now Great Lakes Paint and Pour is going to be participating along with needle felting again. So it's kind of changing into all different kinds of things happening here on market day.
Wait,
that's pretty cool.
Isn't Great Lakes Paint and Pour,
Yeah.
were they the ones that had the mermaids on their float?
I believe they did.
Yes,
they did,
And I
excited
believe
about her float.
one of those mermaids has a son
Who won the $1,000?
who won the $1,000.
Oh, that's, you know what, I did hear that.
Yeah,
connection.
I believe
Because-
Jason York is the winner.
Jason is the son of a mermaid.
Yeah. So we're going to be presenting the check to Jason on Saturday, right there at Torch 180. So we'll be out there checking out Marketplace.
We will try not to interfere with any of the marketplace activities that are going on.
try.
Try not to knock anything down and all that.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
But yeah, we had a great time out there last week, of course, for Christmas in the Ville. And Torch 180 was kind of like, I think, the hub, the beehive of activity that was going on. Yeah, I mean, people were definitely coming in there, if nothing else, to get warm.
It's starting to feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, I think we just have such a big space so people can come in and warm up and sit down. And then we hadn't really fully advertised all the children's activities we had going on because it was kind of, I was working with my volunteers to try to come up with stuff, and it was a little bit of a slow start for us. But once the word started spreading, then more and more people started showing up. So, yeah, we were definitely the busiest day we've had all year, for sure.
Well, I can tell you the Golden Sleigh was was a popular thing last Saturday.
People come up to us and we would be like,
Where's
oh,
the Golden Sleigh?
well, they come up, they have this side look on their face and be like, oh, they're excited to meet Mike and John, and they'd be like, is the Golden Sleigh inside? Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's in there.
it's
Count
in
the
there.
presents.
So
For an extra $50, we'll tell you where it's at.
That was our first time ever doing a scavenger hunt, and I never even participated in it, and so I was like, I don't really know what could be our clue. So we did the sleigh, and then people were like, wow, their clue is really small.
Yeah,
Like,
well, it was.
I
but
didn't
that was part of the mystique of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it made it fun. I
Makes
think
it harder.
yeah, and it was
for
good.
Sure.
No, it was a great event,
Did
and
you guys see that we have a fire pit out back?
I did see
I
that.
wished we
I'll
would've
get
had
that.
Saturday.
I see.
Next year, that will be going full on.
Right. Well, and we'll certainly look forward to being back again next year. But did you not debut a new menu this week?
We did.
Yes.
Yes, our new December menu is up. Yes.
All right. So what can
we brought
folks
back
look
the
to?
Cuban panini, which
Okay.
has already had a great response. We had quite a few people asking for that. And then we actually, so we had this a little bit of fun with the police department and the fire department over the olive burger that we debuted last month. And so then this month, I had been kind of going back and forth on Facebook with the police department, and they said they like olive burgers or something, and I was like, well, then I'll have an olive burger, and they posted a picture of a donut. And then I was like, all right, so they like donuts, but we have never, every time we make donuts here, they never sell. And so we're like, well, people don't really come in here for donuts. But then they said, well, we like a burger with an egg and cheese and something else on it.
With a donut as a bun. No?
Well, the students decided to combine the two, and so we do have a donut egg burger. And believe it or not, it's actually really good. Wow. Terrible for you, I'm sure. But it's actually a really good burger.
You do have a defibrillator there, right?
Is that available right now? Will that be there on Saturday?
Yes.
All
we will
right.
have that on Saturday.
Oh boy, he can't wait. I think John's gonna camp out tonight.
I'm not sure that one's gonna be long term on the menu.
Well, we'll find out.
It's kind of one of those things people want to try it once.
Sure.
And they're a little afraid, I think. To
Well, that's the fun thing that you do at Torch 180, but it's also practical in the sense that you are training and teaching the students, and so sometimes bringing some challenges to them is part of that process.
Well, and being creative with food, I think, is one of the things that, it really helps to keep it interesting for us and for them.
Right.
And so, when they get to be a part of just determining what's going to be on the menu, or suggesting new desserts, and they'll be like, I'm suggesting this for you, and I'm like, no, you're suggesting it for you because this is your place, And
Right.
so Yeah. So
Well, you know what,
it's really nice.
We should give somebody a chance to
We should.
try one of those special burgers, along with a friend, as we reach into our
You know,
Yes.
soon-to-be retired
I think this is the last drawing that we're going to do out of our
original
Our
hamper.
original hopper, which was a laundry basket. I guess I can admit that.
You
now,
can
'cause
admit
we have
it.
a real hopper now, so we'll be
I
transferring
really
these.
liked your real hopper. So I was impressed on Saturday.
All right.
All right, here we go. Lunch for two at Torch 180.
Congratulations to Nancy Senzer.
Nancy Senzer.
Yeah.
We know Nancy.
We do know
Yeah,
Nancy.
we've known
so-
Nancy for a long time.
Yeah, so congratulations to Nancy. You've got a lunch for two at Torch 180.
She'll probably bring her husband, Carl. He seems like a I want a burger on a donut
I
kind
think
of
Carl
guy.
may order that
I
donut.
think so. Yeah. So congratulations to Nancy.
Well, yeah, congratulations. And all she needs to do is just come on in.
Right.
All right.
I think sometimes people think you have to make a reservation or something, but we are not that formal. Just come on in and let us know that you won, and we'll be happy to serve them.
Excellent.
Sounds great. All right, Rhonda, we'll probably see you tomorrow when
Yeah.
we're out there seeing Jason,
great.
giving him his money.
Right.
So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow, Rhonda. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
All right, take
All
care,
right.
guys.
All
Bye.
right, you too. All right, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow at Torch 180 to
Right.
give Jason his money. It'll be our first
Be out
big
there-
cash giveaway.
Out
Hopefully
there
we'll have more of
Saturday,
those.
and yeah, we'll have something again to pay attention to the socials.
The
That's what they
socials,
call
that's
them now.
how
Check
we-
out the socials,
Yeah.
which is really just Facebook. But
It's,
I mean, we've got a Twitter, but we never do anything on that.
we got TikTok,
We
too.
have an Instagram. I think I posted one thing on it, and then I forgot the log in, so that's out there. And then there's a TikTok that occasionally
that's
I'll
like a
post
clock.
every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nonetheless,
All right, let's get to our 2-cent history lesson for today. It is December 9th. Today's Christmas card day. It's also National Pastry Day and Weary Willie Day.
well,
It's not what you're thinking.
Okay, good.
Weary Willie. And of course, our 2-cent history lesson brought to you by Oakland Insurance.
that's right. Drew Goebel at Oakland Insurance. Give them a call today, 248-647-2500.
Weary Willie, I believe, was a character, and you'd have to go way back
Oh,
to
okay.
the Emmett Kelly days.
Right.
That's
Weary
where Weary Willie came
Willie.
into being, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe that's just another name for Emmett Kelly.
Yeah.
Weary Willie? Am I right on that?
Yeah, you got it. A name for the character made famous by Emmett Kelly.
All right. See. My dad was a big Emmett Kelly fan.
Who am I to doubt?
I don't really know.
I love his paintings in hotels.
Yes. It was not. 1843 on this date, Henry Cole, Hank to his friends, of London, created the first Christmas cards. He was late in sending holiday notes, so Cole hired an artist and a printer to make copies of his Christmas message, which he sent to his family and friends. And therefore, Christmas cards. If he would have patented that thing,
Right.
you know how rich Hank would have been?
He was rich in friends.
Yes, he was.
And love.
It's like, why does Henry keep sending me something every year for Christmas and there's no money in it?
Right. Well, then you get those and you're always like, oh, great, they sent out a card.
No, I
make me
gotta
look
do it.
bad.
Get 'em
Well,
on the
I never think I got to do it. I'm always like, oh, thanks for making me look bad. I'm not going to do anything.
Well, you
about
weren't
it.
on my card list. Now I got to add it. Another stamp.
No, that's okay.
1993 on this date, the U.S. Air Force destroyed the first of 500 Minutemen II missile silos, marked for elimination under the Arms Control Treaty.
Yeah. Don't need those. Because we got the boomers. The big Ohio-class submarines out there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Boomer Esiason.
No. The big boomer subs. They got the missiles on them, and we got 50 of them out there. You can't find them. You don't know where they're at.
I was going to say, I haven't seen him. But I wasn't really.
Well, you're not supposed to see them. That's the
they're
whole
invisible?
point. I mean, if they flew around, hey, here we are, it wouldn't be.
They're invisible?
Yeah. Well, they're under the water. Submarines.
Oh, Aquaman knows where they're. President Clinton in 1994 fired Surgeon General.
Are you sure that's not why Weary Willie?
All right, now I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to edit on the fly here.
Okay.
President Clinton, 1994, fired Surgeon General Jocelyn Elders
I remember this.
after learning she told at a conference
About solo
solo pleasure should be discussed in school as a part of human sexuality. So, in other words, Jocelyn was telling teachers, when you're teaching sex ed, you can tell the kids how to do this.
Right.
And
Well, it was not, I mean.
It was 1994.
They're still a little uptight about things.
Well, still, it's probably not something you want to have your kid coming home from school. and say,
Well, no,
what are
but
you
I mean,
doing?
if
Homework.
If you're, I'm in here.
I'm doing my homework, Tom.
Okay,
Oh,
that's,
you can't have
too
that.
easy. That's too easy.
I'm sorry.
The kids figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
But a little education, you know.
All right. Boy, you talked about... Boy, there could have been a lot of... I don't know if there were a lot of protests going on then, but that would sure be something
Oh, yeah.
you might see parents at a meeting for. 2002 on this date, United Airlines filed the biggest bankruptcy in aviation history after losing $4 billion in the previous 2 years.
Where did that $4 billion go?
I'm not sure, but I'm off in the Cayman Islands right now. 2003, Ozzy Osbourne was hospitalized after being injured in an ATV bike accident at his UK home. The 55-year-old at the time broke his collarbone, 8 ribs, and a vertebrae in his neck.
When the paramedics showed up on scene, he was incoherent. And then they said, oh, no, he's always incoherent. It's hard to tell. I'm a jerk.
News of Osborne's accident reached the British House of Commons, where the government sent a goodwill message.
Oh.
Get well soon, Ozzy. That's what it said.
And Ozzy's response was, okay.
2010, Eric Clapton announced he would sell part of his extensive guitar collection to raise money for his Crossroads Rehab Center. He raised $2.15 million.
You could just sell guitar and make that.
Well, that's who is selling his guitars.
Oh.
Not just one.
Okay. All of them?
Not all of them.
Oh,
Some
I
members
mean,
of his collection.
I would hope he kept
I
one.
think he's got a couple laying around.
I would hope,
You know. Well, that's your 2-cent history lesson for today.
Wow. Brought to you by Drew Goebel at Oakland Insurance and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance. They believe the best relationships are honest, upfront, and fair. And if you want to get frank about insurance, call Drew Goebel, Oakland Insurance, 248-647-2500. Yeah.
Drew Goebel, Oakland Insurance,
Just said that.
sponsor of Mike and John. And if you'd like to be a sponsor too, you can go to mikeandjohnpodcast.com for more info.
That's right.
We'd love to have you be a part of the team.
We have different opportunities.
Yes, we do.
You
Whether
get your
it's
name
the
out there.
website,
Yeah.
the Facebook page,
The socials.
the newsletter.
That's right.
Did I mention we have a newsletter?
We have a
that comes out
newsletter.
there? I get mine every day about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it comes out around 5
I was
o'clock.
like, what do these guys want from me now?
It's
It's the latest local news at John.
right into your email inbox, and we got the latest news there. So awesome opportunities for you to highlight your business or organization. MikeandJohnPodcast.com. We would love to hear from you and talk with you about the possibilities.
Being part of Mike and John got it going on.
Right. You know, someone we did not have to talk to about the possibilities
Who was that, John?
was Danny.
Danny?
Yeah.
The Danny?
Yeah.
Dan with 2 N's?
Or Glenny.
All right.
So
From Murphy's Family Auto?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going?
I was trying to.
Yes, you were. You're smooth as a baby's bottom.
Am I, though?
The new Runyan baby, that is.
Oh, wow.
Who gets his car fixed at Murphy's Family Auto.
Already. The instantly knew.
He knew they were open on Saturdays from 8 to 1.
Well, yeah, they are. And knew that if you stopped in and said Mike and John sent me, you save 5%.
Exactly. Smart kid.
Yeah, pretty smart kid. Go to murphysfamilyauto.com.
Your car knows, and so does baby Runyan.
Yeah. You know what we know?
What do we know?
It's time to
go.
wrap this thing up.
Yes, it is.
Mike and John got it going on.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.
All right.
You know what? It's a good thing that was our last show for the week.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of worn out. That was a big show.
Well, you know what? Maybe you need a rest. Why don't you lay down and I'll read you a story.
Bedtime story.
It's page 3 of
Ishkadoodle.
Ishkadoodle.
Page 3.
All right. Where we last left off.
Wait a minute.
What?
Like Paul Harvey.
Oh,
And now, page 3.
And now, page 3 for the rest of the story. Well, just the page 3.
The next part of the story.
Yeah. Where we left off, if you remember, Ishkadoodle and his good friend, the vacuum cleaner Vroomy, they saw a crowd of excited people. A man was looking for people to go into space. And Ishkadoodle was too small.
So he hopped up on top.
So he hopped on top of Vroomy. All right.
That's right.
That's where we pick up our
remember
story.
that now.
All
Where
right.
are we at now?
All right.
What happened next?
I see an eager hand, said the man. Let me see this brave person. Ishkadoodle stepped forward. The man began to frown. Why, you're just a boy. I applaud your bravery, young man, but we need grown-ups to go into space. Like Elon Musk. You know, grown-ups.
And chocolate.
He patted Ishkadoodle on the head and nudged him back into the crowd. Oh, I forgot you're on a ball. Sorry.
Tune in next time
Tune in next time.
for more Ishkadoodle.